Welcome back. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. Major headline, battle for party leadership. Ayu keeps PDP in suspense. Saraki won't run for party chair. Kidnap Kingpin Wadume freed from prisons. LP rejects NLC-backed truce talks. Obi, no plan to quit party. Ladoja, other Ulubadan in council, members in reconciliation move. One army officer killed, 4 soldiers injured in ambush. I'm a real Ondo APC aborigine, says Leby. Forex inflows rise to $3.7 billion US. 3.5 billion Ogun Educash for 150 beneficiaries. Attempt to loot food at silo foiled. What stories do we have in The Nation?
Okay, so I don't know, did anybody else take Wadume?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the Nigerian Correctional Service confirmed that the Kingpin Hamisu Bala was released from his correctional facility in Kuje on Friday, and they said he was free because he had completed his 7-year prison term, and he did not. They didn't issue a press statement on his release, according to the spokesperson of the correctional facility. He went to his hometown amid a warm and large reception. The king also hosted him at the palace. His people rejoiced at his return. I think Nigerians forgot that 3 officers
were killed
by an army officer in the course of his arrest when he was initially freed. You know, and I know that the trial was on the kidnapping. I don't think that he was fully tried in any connection or conspiracy or in relation to the murder of those 3 officers. The unfairness of their death is something that still plagues me.
Yeah.
You know, those 3 gallant officers left family members who would see him
and the welcome he got
freely.
was a slap on the face.
A slap on their faces.
Wow. Yes.
But we are Nigerians, and why are we like this?
But you know, say we they select. Now my kinsman, not be my kinsman. You know, he was also like a Robin Hood kind of kidnapper up north in his place. So I just hope that that emir or the one in whose palace
that he visited,
was the Ibbi monarch in Taraba State, knows that some people's heads of families and breadwinners were sacrificed for his initial freedom, and that, you know, such a person should not be celebrated except we are endorsing something like, you know, the kind of business.
We have a long way to go in the country.
Honestly,
a long way to go. Which are
the NSPP,
Okay, so I have a
NSCDC. Because I don't want to go and say, Oga at the top.
I'm telling you.
Agro Rangers, this is a good one. The Agro Rangers of the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps have repelled an attack. Suspected bandits went to the federal government grain silo in Dutsiman local government of Katsina State. Dusama. They went to Dusama local government, the silo that was there, that the government used to reserve food, that they were supposed to use to supply people in need. They were going to go and steal damage the silo. They said the silo was not damaged. The criminals did not succeed in their act. The statement came from the NSCDC spokesman, Buhari Hamisu, and the statement was that they were able to foil the attack. The bandits were also, there was a gun duel that took place, and I'm really happy about this because I know that one of the things they've been saying was that we have rangers, we have NSCDC, we don't need to have state police. We already have enough paramilitary. We just need to empower them to do their job that they can, because the paramilitary and local forces understand the locales better. So these people are people that are familiar with the area. They were able to deal with the situation before it went. But they said the silo stores grain that has been distributed between Katsina, Zamfara, and Sokoto State. So I'm really happy that at least we warded off a bit of food crisis that would have happened if they had been able to empty this silo. So good job, Agro Rangers of NSCDC.
Okay, so I took a story that is very dear to me because it happened on Thursday. There was mass killing in Kogi State. My husband is from Kogi State, and in fact from that particular local government. You know, I just feel that there are some states that are not giving recognition, like they are not well recognized, or like, is it recognition, will I say, or
when issues happen?
Yeah, when issues happen, they are not well, you know, talked about and all. Okay, so the killings, the bandits went into their village and they killed like 25 people.
Oh my God.
They killed 25 of them.
a lot.
This is not the case of kidnapping. It's just banditry. You just go in and like you want to take over the land. They killed them and displaced them.
So
All of them ran away. Yes, they killed children, mothers, fathers, grandparents. They killed all of them, and then some of them were able to run to the neighboring village, and they are all there. And they've been pleading with the federal government and the state government to please.
You mentioned the local government.
The name, this in is Badoji, Odo, look, Agejeju. That's where it happened. It happened at Agejeju in Omala local government.
Wow.
So they are now pleading with the federal government and the state government to please come, at least mount military, because they've left, they are all in another neighboring,
community.
yes, and they said they don't have homes, nothing to eat and all. So, and there's even one that participated in the burial of those 25 people. He was looking for his family, looking for his wife and kids, and they're not part of the people that were buried. So he doesn't even know where they are. And, he's confused and,
So
banditry and
so
land grabbing is a popular thing in Kogi State.
Yeah.
People come in, displace people from their farms,
So they
and
can
it's not
take over.
news. I hope
Yes,
the
they can take
security-
over the
From their ancestral homes.
Yes,
Yes, and they
have
abandoned their
resources for all
farms.
of that on the
You know,
land.
those people, they depend on their farm produce.
They now become beggars. What would they do?
Hey,
That's very dear. Please, federal government should help us. Put
It's
their
a really
aid.
sad story, but we have to move on.
Yeah.
Now, the Punch, major headline, federal government plans 3 national ID cards for 104 million Nigerians by June. NIMC awaits presidential approval for May launch, says procurement will be seamless. Nigerians to get different e-cards for banking, social intervention, and ECOWAS activities. OPS takes power tariff hikes protest to Tinubu. $2.3 billion Siemens power project transformers substation arrive in Nigeria. Dollar video, release report of Ganduje's probe, Kano tells EFCC. Salah, federal government declares Tuesday, Wednesday holidays as Tinubu arrives Lagos. Relocation, Lagos terminates multi-billion naira Cantagua market contract. Female London-Lagos solo driver gets heroic welcome. India-bound trafficker vomits and excretes 80 cocaine wraps in Lagos airport. I have the major headline. So the federal government is to launch 3 new national identity cards in May this year, and has a target of providing them for about 104 million citizens across the country. The 3 new national identity cards planned by the National Identity Management Commission include a bank-enabled national ID card, a social intervention card, and an optional ECOWAS national biometric identity card. Now, the technical advisor, media and communications to the Director General of NIMC, Ayodele Babalola, was the one who disclosed this in an interview with The Punch on Sunday, and said Nigerians will start getting the 3 national ID cards within 1 or 2 months of the launch. He also said the launch date was May, but subject to approval by the presidency. He says, and I quote, "We expect the bank-enabled ID, national ID, to meet the needs of the middle and upper segments who typically use banks within the next 1 or 2 months after launch. Also, activation of the National Safety Net card to meet the urgent needs of the authentication, and a secure platform for government services such as palliatives within the next 1 or 2 months. The focus will be on 25 million vulnerable Nigerians funded by the current government intervention programs. They are also offering digital versions of these cards for those who would prefer it, but that would have some of their functionalities limited. So depending on what you want, you can either go for the physical one or the e-card. And, this is just in collaboration with the banks, the government, so that people can have a form of identification. So I'm wondering why we need all these
3
cards.
cards.
3 cards.
3.
1, 2. The resources to make these cards
exactly.
and print these cards again.
Don't
Can we
forget your
afford
NIM.
it now? Exactly.
Since me, I did it
NIM
2014.
BVN
I've not
is something that should help
be
us,
lumped together into
enable
one
us,
card.
yes, to have our identity. Easy access to our identity for anyone who's asking and who's looking. But now we're going to be having that. We're not going to be having 3 additional cards. We'll now be queuing. We'll have a lot of queues. In fact, it's not our hot
card,
topic.
no bonus.
We'll break it down. But let's take a short break, okay? When we come back, the newspaper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.